he was being a player all over. Shot call. Look at everybody with his daddy's money, with his daddy's life, with his great-granddaddy's literally life, bone, work himself to death to take care. And here he is just breaking everybody off. For those of you that hold it, it's giving everybody some money. Break him off, all right? And so he's just looking at everybody up. Wow, living. King James Version says that he spent his money on prostitutes. Young man. Did I tell you that prodigal means wasteful? Prodigal means wasteful. Young men, stop trying to impress these little girls by spending your mama's money. Now you got to borrow the money from your mama to try to impress some chick who is also hollering at 3 or 4 other dudes. Y'all know it's Sports Sunday, so I get to keep it real early. And this fella in the Bible is just breaking up, just spending all his daddy's money on wild living. I mean, you know, cigarettes, drugs. He was as high as a last-minute airplane ticket. That's high. All the time, just partying. And while I'm there, we got some men in this world who's spending your money you ought to be spending on your house. Blowing it everywhere, taking it everywhere, taking care of everybody else and their mom. Your household is falling apart. Get yourself together, dog. Do what's right. And don't give your family what's left. All right? So I didn't mean to say all that. But anyway, he goes to a far country, spends everything he has on wild living. Here's number 2. Number 1 was living in the fast lane will cause you to be what? Impatient. Here's number 2. Living in the fast lane will cause you to be embarrassed. Impatient and then embarrassed. Impatience will lead you to embarrassment. Because after he spent everything, verse 14, there was a severe famine in that whole country. Now in verse 13, he was looking everybody up. Everybody was his partner. Everybody, he had so many friends. I mean, friends hanging all out the window at the crib. Friends. Can't go to the bathroom for stepping over friends. Every time he ate, they ate. Every time he bought, they ate. Every time he dressed up, he hooked them up. But when the famine came, see, God will send some famines in your life. Famine is when you hit hard times. Things start happening out of nowhere that you don't understand, cannot explain, and you're like, what in the world is going on? God will send a famine in your life to show you the difference between fair weather friends and forever friends. There is a difference, you see. Fair weather friends are only down with you when you got money, when your mama credit card is still able to be swiped. Fair weather friends will leave you when things happen in your life. But forever friends will love you when you broke, busted, disgusted, and you trusted, your car rusted, because he spent everything. He's now in a famine, and the Bible says he begins to be in need, in want, in lack. He does not have, he has squandered everything that the Father has given to him. So watch what he does. He goes from bad to worse, verse 15. So he went and hired himself out to a citizen of that country. Now, when he leaves his hometown, he is a Jew. And he goes into Gentile territory. Gentile means not Jew, but in the Bible it's a symbol of wicked or sinful people. And Jesus uses this analogy again because he's talking to the Pharisees and scribes about the fact that he's hanging with sinful people. So he goes in the territory of Gentiles. And verse 13 says that he hired himself out. Now at home, he had no job. Stay there a second. Didn't know what toilet tissue costs. Didn't know if the light bulb needed to be replaced. Every time, just open the refrigerator, light bulb on, food everything. Didn't know what a bill was. Didn't know what a late notice is. Y'all don't know what a late notice is. Didn't know when you got to decide, do I pay this bill or this bill? I don't have enough money for both. Which one do I pay? But now that he was gone, grown, and on his own, living in the fast lane, he's got to hire himself out. And of all the jobs for a Jew to have, he's slopping pigs. Deuteronomy and Leviticus told Jews have nothing to do with pigs. Footed animal. Don't feed them, don't touch them. If you see one dead, go the other way. And so here he is now, got to hire himself out. He's embarrassed. By the way, the word hire in the Greek, here's what it really means. It means to give or to cement. In other words, he was forcing himself on this guy. This guy didn't want to hire him. But he kept begging and agitating, please, I'm hungry, I don't have nothing to eat, I don't have no money, daddy, credit card, he cut my card up. I can't call him, I'm embarrassed. And when you get yourself out there, you will have to force your way. Because favor does not rest on people in the fast lane. And this man gives him the lowest position available. The lowest position available for a Jew was to be around pigs. He's totally embarrassed. Look at verse 16. He longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating. Now, if you long to fill his stomach, it means, number 3, that living in the fast lane will cause you to be empty. I said, number 1, impatient. Number 2, embarrassed. Number 3, empty. And some of you older people can attest to this. You've lived in the fast lane before. You ran with the big dogs. You ran out. You've been by yourself like Gilligan on the island. And you know what it is to be empty. Your stomach growling. Emotionally you empty. You gave your heart to somebody you thought was so curt. And he or she thought somebody else was curter. And there you are, empty, emotionally just crying, I can't believe! Somebody there now felt you this way. I can't believe it. You walking around saying, she used to be my girl.